Good morning, General Chat. Today, we are going to be watching the third Patreon exclusive YouTube upload from The Gifted Hater. This Patreon exclusive upload is called Elijah Burrell Identity Crisis. It is an unlisted YouTube upload, currently with 2,900 views and 115 likes. This was uploaded on September 1st, 2021, which is 2 days after the second original piece of Patreon content from The Gifted Hater, which I reviewed that second upload along with our Discord champ, Sickens. Shout out Sickens. Thanks for sitting down with me. So please go back, have a listen. If you are a Gifted Hater fan, just a Gifted Hater maybe, our discussion, we noticed something about the guy that you might appreciate hearing and hating on. So that being said, I would like to remind anyone listening that Good Morning General Chat also covers the most recent paywall blocked exclusive uploads from The Gifted Hater as he posts his latest Patreon exclusives. I will do my best to react and post a new podcast so everyone, even those who can't afford to be a Patreon, can be clued into what The Gifted Hater has been cooking up for the Patreon customers. I believe that The Gifted Hater is one of the best Patreoners, though, so if you have the money, it's a great value, a great product, and you should be a subscriber to the Gifted Hater Patreon. So with that, I am going to introduce our guest today. Today, we are joined by another Discord savant, my friend and yours, Different Name. Welcome, Different Name. Say hello.
Yo, what up?
Great. So, have you been following along to any of the other uploads?
Yeah. So I've listened to Frank's. I listened to Sickens.
Great.
So
cool. So you know the deal, and you yourself are a Patreon user or a Patreon subscriber, correct?
Yeah. So I've subscribed to Joa, like maybe 2022.
Okay, so this is. Did you go back?
Patreon long before.
Did you go back?
I've seen a lot of these.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's funny. Like when I became a Patreon subscriber, it was probably more like in 2022 or 2023 when I subscribed to his Patreon, and I haven't ever gone back and looked at this early stuff until I launched the podcast, when I realized how many people in the general chat of the Corey Glick Discord were unaware of what was going on in Joa's Patreon. And I just felt bad for a lot of these people. So I thought, let me start uploading, and so that way everyone can stay current and talk when there's people that are Patreon subscribers talking about what's being discussed in the most recent Patreon upload. For instance, the most recent paywall Patreon upload is a car rant. Did you listen to that most recent car rant?
Yeah.
Okay. And are car rants a familiar type of content that Joa creates?
I think he's done a couple of them. I think it's cool that you're doing this because it's such a stark difference between like his early uploads to like the persona that he's kind of created now. Like even in this video, I watched this before we hopped on this, and it's really funny like how much of a dweeb he was, right? Like so like even his voice is like a higher pitch, and like he's kind of sorted his swag out now, where he's a little bit more like nonchalant, a little more pretentious about it. But like even throughout the video, you can kind of see just your classic like skate nerd dorking out over like Dylan Reeder.
Yeah, the confidence is not nearly as high. It's like the Gifted Hater in 2025 has a very, very strong self-confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Like he'll gladly take his shirt off midstream. Yeah, I mean, the guy does.
Dude, when you start getting flown boxes, right? Like you can tell, like his whole stature has shifted. These early videos, he's like an analytical dweeb that typed out like a video essay on Elijah Burrell, and like now he kind of just riffs.
Yeah,
he goes on, throws on, slams a couple drinks, and just starts like bullshitting.
Yeah, and it completely different. And I want to talk a little more about that once we start watching the upload. But I forgot to shout out our sponsor for today. We are sponsored by a clothing brand, an online clothing brand. Do you shop online, Diff?
Religiously.
Okay, so are you familiar with Ideology brand clothing?
Never heard of them, but
Oh,
great
okay,
sponsor.
cool. Well, maybe you'll check them out after this as well. So yeah, they were kind enough to reach out, and I'm happy to take the money, really. No, but also it's some great products. So the online clothing brand Ideology. Ideology is internationally recognized award-winning Twitch streamer Hassan Piker's official merch brand. Ideology offers the modern fashion enthusiast a range of products that cater to different interests and causes with a strong emphasis on quality. Ideology proudly manufactures all its high-quality garments in the US of A, ensuring premium craftsmanship and supporting local industries. Ideology features three primary collections: the AmeriCore collection, the Himbo Fitness collection, and the Unionized collection. Each collection offers unique and stylish apparel and accessories that make a statement. The Himbo Fitness collection is perfect for those who prioritize fitness, with options like t-shirts, tank tops, and shorts that combine comfort and performance. Could be great for a skater. The Unionized collection is designed for those passionate about workers' rights, featuring clothing that promotes solidarity and activism. Okay, thanks, Ideology. Well, I hope everyone go check them out, and you can use the code Good Morning General Chat for a 25% discount. I think 25% discount. All right.
Wow, what a low price.
Yeah, they're nice. It seems like a quality brand. All right, so with that, is there anything else you'd like to discuss, or should we? Why don't you tell the listeners what we're visually seeing on the screen, because this is an audio only podcast. There is no video portion. So describe what we're looking at to the viewer.
So I think it's just the classic Joa in, like, I think this is his mom's house or his dad's house. Rocking the somewhat colored hair, the classic Logitech headphones, gamers only. Borderline mullet, but definitely still a LA trendy haircut. He's got some crappy glasses. Frames look like they're from Costco, maybe. So he hasn't upped his swag yet when it comes to the optics.
And so that you can ID those headphones. Those are Logitech.
I think so. Yeah. If not, I'm just gonna bullshit and say they are.
Okay. Yeah, in case anyone wants to looking for a last minute Halloween costume, Gifted Hater circa 2021 is a great option, I think. So those are Logitech headphones and possibly Costco frame glasses. And yeah, he's got like a little bit of a mullet going on, but a bit of a shag kind of thing, and purple hair, right? What can you tell me about the rest of the screen? Because this is a Windows interface, right? I'm a Mac user.
Yeah. Again, he's playing with limited visual noise, right? So he's kind of got his in-camera view. I think it's a square. 40% of the screen is just white, so he's definitely on his like community college art school kid kind of vibes.
Yeah, there's a nice framing going on for sure. But this is a Windows, right? I am correct in that. In saying that. Do you know what this program is he's using? Like, or is that just like typical, like a picture viewer type thing?
Low budget. I mean, this is the era where I think we were really just getting nothing but vibes. I don't think he learned how to do anything yet.
But he has made it a choice from what I've seen so far on the last. This is the third upload I'm watching now, and he has made it a choice to kind of have a different thing on the screen each time. Whereas I find now he's a little bit more lax about that. Like sometimes he won't change. He'll just have his desktop going, and he won't really change it necessarily. Whereas I feel like the first two uploads all started with a different wallpaper, and this one now has a third different one. So he is making some sort of aesthetic choice here, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, this is what you got to put into perspective. This is the point where the dreams of making money are on the horizon, right? We haven't given him $10 a month in perpetuity yet. Mm-hmm. So he still has that, like, maybe I can make something quality. Maybe I can be in the whole skate journalist scene. Mm-hmm. If I can just kind of figure this out. I think now it's just kind of like, these fuckers pay me. I'll hop on Twitch every once in a while because I feel guilty. There's a lot more laissez-faire kind of going on at this point. But like early on, I think he still had that like hustle everyday mindset. Let me figure this out.
Do you want to go into that a little more with me? Because that's something I couldn't talk to Sickens about because he wasn't a subscriber. He wasn't really that like aware of like how Patreon worked. Like, so at this point, he's uploading now for people who are paying him, right? Because up prior to this, he was just making money off of like YouTube ad revenue, maybe. Maybe, right?
Yeah. I don't. Again, I don't know how he gets paid. But yeah, I think the Patreon, one of it, and I think you mentioned this in a previous podcast, was Patreon gave him that ability to feel like he could kind of shoot off the hip a little bit more, take a little bit more aggressive stance on things, and then that paywall kind of protects him from the video just being everywhere.
Yeah.
And him actually having to deal with like disgruntled pro skaters.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was just mental gymnastics.
No, but no.
Like, because at this,
I disagree, because this is one that's literally how he opens this one up. This is like a big hit piece that he doesn't want the industry to see, and he doesn't want out there. And dude, it's only been watched 2,900 times. Like a lot. Nobody's fucking seen this. Like compared to what's his last upload? 150K.
Yeah, I mean he was that whole Hassan video. I think he was talking about like getting big numbers on the Hassan piece for like 150 views or something.
Yeah, he's been getting like 200. Like the Mikey Alfred stuff was like 250K, right? Like 2,900 views. This is like nobody has seen him talking shit on Elijah Burrell.
Yeah, but this was the start of kind of a long campaign with anti-Burrell.
For sure. And this was the third Patreon upload. So this is like that's kind of what's funny to me is like I think a lot of us kind of assume like I was showing one of the next guests, I was showing them because after this we have the fourth upload, which was him talking about skate meme drama, which is kind of funny to watch now, like 4 years later, because all these skate memes don't even, companies don't even, or Instagrammers don't even exist anymore necessarily. And then after that, we get into a hot takes video. And then the next one is going to be a Max Palmer part review. And the host, who I've got lined up for that, didn't even know that Joa ever reviewed this part. And this guy is like a super fan, like knows him personally. Like, and he was like, holy shit, I never even knew he reviewed this part. So yeah. I think that's what's interesting to me is that like we're getting into this like content that's like really nobody's seen it, and it's for good reason. Maybe it's not that great of content. I don't know. Like, were you shocked by some of the stuff you heard when was he firing off some really horrible things that need to be hidden if only 3,000 people saw, like the world would change?
Nah, not really. Again, like the early joke, like when I subscribed to his Patreon, a lot of it was just background noise. Like I have an office job, so it's like, fuck it, I'll give this guy some money and then I'll just go watch his backlog. So that's why I've seen some of this. But again, I'm not quite sure like if there was actual fear of putting this out. Like it's a lot of his content, at least early on, was just, oh, like me too. I feel that way as well. Like that's why I clicked to the content. Like he kind of like put out videos. He'd say some things that are, I don't know, just kind of like kook versus core.
Sure.
That like all the homies at the park we'd all agree with.
Yeah.
So like that's what drew me to the content, is just kind of like watching his shit and being like, oh, dude, I feel the same way.
Well, let's not get off topic. I'm sorry, but like let's just focus on what he's talking about here. Let's get I like to rate these before we watch them. I'm gonna give this one out of a 10. Based on everything, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 for Patreon content.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think 6 is a solid score. I think the video is entertaining.
Yeah,
and like I said, it lays the groundwork for this kind of like campaign against Burrell and like fake steez.
Yeah, and I think the campaign is kind of ended, right?
Yeah, I think Joe just gets bored of shit.
Yeah,
kind of like.
Yeah. All right. So let's get him started, and we'll go. So thanks for that, and let's see what he has to say.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Lifted Gamer. Thank you to all my patrons and patronettes. This video is for you guys exclusively, of course. I know everybody wanted the Elijah Burrell video, so here we are. We are on the Patreon, seeking refuge from the people who would show up in the YouTube comments and say, bro, you really care about the way another man dresses? Seriously? Yes. we're skateboarders. If you're
All right,
a
so
skateboarder,
so he is kind of addressing that aspect of it, right? Like, so he's basically already kind of making a joke about himself that he's not even going to say
Yeah.
anything that bad. He's just going to maybe make fun of the way this man is dressed, right?
Yeah.
more sophisticated
Yeah.
ways.
And that was cool. He had a little pop up with, I think that was the New England Patriots, the quarterback receiving a spike from the center, right? When there's and when it's like not in the shotgun formation, I think it's called, but it's when you're close up and your hands are under the guy's balls.
I know absolutely nothing about sports.
I think that's
but-
what it's called when the center, because there's two teams in football. You have the offensive line and you have the defensive line, and the offensive team is the team that has the football, and the quarterback is the guy that throws the football. But in order to start the way the game, because the clock is like kind of frozen unless there's some sort of penalty or unless there's some it's confusing. It's a very confusing game, isn't it? But
yeah, American football, right? We're talking about American football.
the picture he had up
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
screen was a picture of, I think it was the New England Patriots. So because Tom Brady was a very famous quarterback. I think they lived. They had a house in Florida, in Miami Beach. He was married to this supermodel called Gisele Bundchen, I think is how you pronounce her last name. A Brazilian supermodel. Yes, it was a photo of Tom Brady receiving a hike from his center, and I think it was a kind of a play on like. I don't know what it was a play.
This is gay.
I guess
think
so.
was the
So
play.
is he already making allegations towards about Elijah Burrell's sexuality?
But maybe not though, because like again, now if I'm looking at the screen, he's got a thirst trap picture of Dylan.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of conflicting.
Like
yeah. But one thing I wanted to note is with these early videos, it's like the voice is what shocks me the most. Like he's so much more high pitched. It's like what's up, gamers? And that just cracks me up. Like, I don't know if he was just like late stage puberty because he's like my age, or if he like puts a conscious effort into like bringing his voice lower and less squeaky. But yeah, like right off rip, it's almost like it threw me off, his voice.
And do you think it threw you off because you weren't listening to him as much in 2021?
Yeah, I think time, right? So like again, at this point, I'm just watching whatever videos are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was jarring hearing that like, "What's up, gamers?"
Let's hear him again. Let's hear what he
Talk
said.
about briefly why I think that Dylan's aesthetic worked really well. And that is because he's really hot dude. He has some of the best style ever in skateboarding, in my opinion. So I think Dylan could just about wear whatever he wanted. It would appear to me as though he was sort of inspired by Dill to some degree. But I think that Dylan took this like...
All right, so now he's getting into the real main argument with his thesis, is that when Elijah Burrell left Girl and started skating for fucking awesome, at this point in the like timeline, Dylan had already passed away from leukemia, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So he had already passed away, and that left a gaping hole in a big hole in the skate industry in general, but especially in anyone who was who Dylan rode for. So FA probably had a bit of a shakeup, and then to sort of fill that void, they kind of got Elijah Burrell in there.
So like the other thing, just to make a note, is I notice his honesty kind of bleeds out in this spot. Because like he and I are very similar ages, so like I understand this like coded like Dylan the best to ever do it, because I was in that age of like watching Dylan's footage truly was like, oh my god, this guy just like drips steez. And it's really funny to hear Joa be honest about like, oh dude, the best to ever do it, beautiful guy, versus like now I don't think he'd openly like glaze.
No, because it's an age thing. It's like if you before Dylan, there was like 15 other skaters that were just as important and just as stylish. You had Christian Asoy, you had Jason Lee, you had Gator to some extent. You had what's his name? These are all old guys, but like you probably know Chad Muska, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I said, it's just funny, like the honesty here of him like coming against this tack.
Yep.
Is like almost like fuck Elijah Burrell for ripping off one of my favorite skaters,
mm-hmm.
which is now I think Joa tries to take a more neutral approach. of like as if he's just being an observer of being like this guy is copying this guy's style.
Yeah. Well, he's not. Yeah.
Here it's a lot more personal of like, dude, Dylan's my favorite skater. Like you can't rock those pants the same way.
He's
like again that's not it's not dishonest,
no.
but his actual like fanboy bleeds out way harder here.
Yeah, you could tell he's invested in this. Like, Dylan is his.
Yeah.
Dylan is his. Dylan is his. Don't take my thing and fucking spoil it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, let's hear it. So now he's talking about Austin Gillette.
These guys were growing together.
Another
sort of competing
member of, they called him, did that guy Brink from Weekend Buzz, did he coin the Team Handsome thing? Was that a Rob Brink-ism?
I'm not quite sure, but I always clicked like Gillette, Dylan, and then like Alex Olsen.
Yeah,
that was kind of that whole kind of.
They had
of like Pretty Boys.
No, they had an actual name for it. They called it Team Handsome.
Oh, dude, I got a riff here real quick.
Go.
Yeah, because this is so funny to me because he's like putting up Burl is jocking like Dylan's swag, but it's okay that Sean Pablo does it because Sean Pablo knew Dylan. But like, if I'm being honest, like I've always thought that Sean Pablo was kind of whack. Like I get it, he's some young kid that got put on Supreme, but like the Dylan swag jack came from the onset. Like I don't really see much of a difference from Sean Pablo versus Elijah Burl, other than Sean Pablo has a more effeminate frame and can kind of lean into that. But when we're talking about stealing and like who's your quote influence, yeah, dude, fucking Sean Pablo is that guy.
Yeah,
giving him the pass because he knew him is the same way of me giving the pass of another random Dylan clone at the park.
No,
because it's like, dude.
Yeah, we used to kind of hate on Sean Pablo as like, first of all, he's not the real SP. The real SP is Sean motherfucking Powers, the ghost. So there's only one SP, and that's Sean Powers, not Sean Pablo. Sean Pablo, I think, is called like the Swan or something like that. That's what you can call him. But yeah, we referred to him as the unattractive Dylan?
Yeah, dude.
It was
exactly.
Like full on, like, pre-Timo. He was the Timo. He was like, and it's like, and then like when Dylan passed away too, it was like even crazier because it was like, damn, like now we gotta like watch this guy do like inferior like tribute tricks to like to Dylan. It's like it got even kind of worse, and I don't know, man.
That's why I think the Elijah shit's funny. Because it's such a bad fake, right? To me, like the Sean Pablo, like he gets people let him slide, they let him get away with it. But Elijah is going to be like right in your face. It's like, bro, like you don't fit this mold. Like, what are you doing? The other issue I have, and he kind of like because he starts attacking Elijah at this point and kind of going heavy into his points. I have a hard time thinking that Elijah Burl is smart enough to like copy all this shit. I get like the clothing and everything, but like it's like either Elijah is like smart enough to like, oh, let me change the way in which I do my tricks so I can look more like this guy, and then just play it off like I'm not. I don't even know where I'm going with this. But like it's hard to think that Elijah Burl can mastermind this Dylan clone shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, but I haven't seen the IQ tests or the report cards of Elijah Burl to say whether or not he has the critical thinking to figure out how to wear a V-neck shirt properly. But
fucking fair enough. I guess it's not that tough.
But I liked where you were going.
The bar's low.
I liked where you were going, but I do need to go back. I don't like to rewind these, but let's just go back because I was just trying to see where you were going. So anyway, but we missed this. How crazy are these shoes looking at like in 2025?
Dude, nuts.
Look at this. Like, is this a pre-worn one? Yeah, right. Those are broken in. Those are broken.
Yeah, it's like it's got a patina to it.
Do you want to describe this to the listeners? What we're looking at right now? Right now, we're looking at Dylan Reeder skated for a short-lived shoe company called Gravis, and they actually it's a big part of his like. If you don't know who Dylan Reeder is, it's a big part of like his identity, who he was. It's this very random kind of shoe company that was kind of whack. Nobody believed in it. It was like all Burton money behind it. So it's super like weird corporate kind of shoe company attempt at a shoe. And Dylan was offered a pro shoe with them, and he put out his first part with them. It was kind of the first ever real solo internet part that was completely free. You didn't have to buy it on iTunes or anything, and it went everywhere, and it like really rocketed him.
His part was phenomenal.
Yeah. But like,
that's iconic.
Let's look at let's talk about the shoes that we're looking. How would you describe these? These are loafers or slip-ons?
They're loafers, I guess, but it still almost has like the wing-tipped silhouette, right? So it's got a really, really pointy shoe, pointy toe box.
Yeah. Is there even laces though?
No laces.
Did you ever skate these?
I had a pair of the Huff re-released in gray, but those are almost more like an actual slip-on, not the leather form.
Yeah, because
those just look like Janoski slip-ons with the kind of the fucked up V.
Gotcha, because after Gravis went under, he skated for Huff, right?
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, these shoes are crazy, you guys. If you're listening and you're wondering what we're looking at, like just Google the Gravis Dylan slip-on leather shoes. They come in original color, I think was gray, but I guess they made a brown run too that I had never seen before. I mean, it's wild that it's a skate shoe.
That's kind of always been my shtick, where it's like not everything needs to be slapped and branded in a skateboarding company. Right? Like if you're influenced by fucking menswear shoes, fuck it. Yeah. Run a pair of loafers, wear some Allen Edmonds. I don't give a fuck. But this idea that we need to bring it under the umbrella of skateboarding to like say, oh, look, I have outside influences, I think it's just kind of like kooky. I'm not saying Dylan's a kook because that's fucking...
No, but at the same thing, if you want to talk about following the footsteps, it's like my favorite skate shoe of all time was another short-lived skate brand called Vita Manufacturing. Vita was a short-lived skate brand in the end of the 90s, early 2000s, and Jason Dill was given a pro model shoe on them. Nadas Kappas had a shoe with them. The team was pretty sick. Are you familiar with Vita?
I think I've heard it just in like skate history.
Take a look at the Jason Dill Vita shoe. It was very like controversial when it came out. I was living in New York City at the time, and for some reason, because there was no skate shops at that time, there's no skate shops really in New York City at that moment, or at least the skate shops didn't sell them. There was like this skate shop called like ABC. Yeah. And for whatever reason, Supreme didn't carry Vitas. So I was getting mine from my friend's skate shop up in Massachusetts called Theory. So Theory had an account with Vita, so I would just buy like, whatever so I ran like 5 or 6 pairs of Vitas, the Jason Dill, and it was, take a look at it yourself. It was modeled after like a Timberland shoe, I think, and it had the weirdest like insole. I don't know, but like they were definitely like when I was skating them in New York City, I would constantly have people ask me like, "Yo, what are those? Where'd you get those? Because they were hard to find in New York. So when Dylan's shoe came out, it wasn't really that crazy to me because I'd already seen stuff like that in the past, Yeah. And especially for the fact that he was, skating for Jason Dill's company, like to me, it was almost like, oh, great, now he's just copying what Dill did, like. But that's just the age thing. But has Burl ever done a pro shoe? Do you know? He's sponsored by Vans, right?
I think he had a pro Vans shoe for a while, and like Joe talks about it in this video because he's talking about like how kind of bulky and chunky his shoe is compared to like the Dylan cosplay fit. So he's wearing like high water Dickies, super tight V-neck shirt, and then just these boats of a Van Tech shoe.
Do you know that Dylan Reeder? They were just showing some videos of Dylan Reeder's apartment. Do you know Dylan Reeder had a like antique kind of store in New York City for a while, right before he passed away, called The Hunt? Are you familiar with that? Yeah. Yeah, I remember when
I saw some video thing on it.
It opened up. It was in the Lower East Side. A friend of mine did if anyone's ever looking for a leather jacket or denim, there's a brand called The Cast out of the Lower East Side. They've been making denim jackets in like that rock and roll punk rock aesthetic for like, I want to say maybe 25 years now. And The Cast, you let Dylan start his hunt in their storefront. So like I remember when
sick.
when he first started doing that. It started in New York City because he was kind of spending a lot of time there, especially right before he passed away.
So at this, just to bring it back to the video, at this point, kind of what I was going off of earlier is he starts to actually like get into the swing of things here. At this point, when he starts to review the footage,
Joe was ripping into him.
Yeah, this is when Joe was starting to like be in the moment. In the beginning, it was very like analytical and like had his YouTube video essay played out.
Yeah,
and then at this point, he starts to like.
But here's the part that blows me away. All right, see what he's doing right now. Describe what he's doing.
Burl is flipping the table.
Okay,
and acting all pissed off.
And who else flipped a picnic table in like their iconic video part?
but that's kind of the whole point.
But Joe doesn't even mention that.
Yeah. I
it's
guess
crazy. No,
more,
that's literally what Jason Dill does at the beginning of his photosynthesis part. Right at the beginning, it's like that song, I am waiting all year, all year. You know what I'm talking about?
Keep singing. Which song?
Oh, will you ever find out? I think it's a Rolling Stones song. It was used in the Rushmore soundtrack. I am waiting. And Jason Dill flips the picnic table vertically, and it's this like crazy moment, and Burl does the exact fucking same thing. And he's dressed just like his boss. Like, that is a Dill fit.
So this is a way funnier conspiracy theory, though, is that instead of Elijah being like influenced by Dylan and being like, I want to be this guy, it's more so Jason Dill in the background straight up grooming Elijah Burl and saying, no, we gotta take that cut again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's extra funny.
Why are you riding that big fat board, man? I used to ride a 7.5. You don't need to ride an 8.5. You don't need to ride that. I used to ride 7.5s all the time. That was my window, man. That was the butter.
Pulling up to the FA warehouse and Dill's like, here, put this on.
Mm-hmm. I see it. I mean, this one, look, especially, there was that one moment when Dill was skating for Vans, when he first got on Vans, where that was his look.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah.
Hello, this is William. Hello?
So basically, I lost our boy because he's on, I don't know, some kind of important call. I guess more important than this, which is a little frustrating. You put away the side, you put aside the time, and then they just fucking walk off on you. But what can we do? So I'll just keep watching the video by myself, and let's turn up the volume.
More examples of this. One of Dylan's signature Steez maneuvers. This kind of
fake Steez. This is the fake Steez moment, where he starts talking about how Elijah Burl does this move where he lifts his arm up over his face after he lands a trick. And this is something that the Gifted Hater is arguing that Dylan Reeder invented or possibly made famous, in his opinion, that Dylan Reeder is known for lifting his arm up, almost like a dab kind of move, I guess. So maybe he's not saying that Dylan invented the dab, or maybe Dylan was just doing the dab because the dab was probably pretty popular at the time, and so Dylan was, I guess that's what he's trying to argue, is that Dylan was dabbing, and now that Elijah Burl in 2021. You shouldn't be dabbing because dabbing isn't popular anymore. But it does not, like, I kind of see his point. He calls it fake Steez, that there's a similar look to the move that he's doing to Dylan. And I have actually noticed some other people doing that as well, at skate parks or even in the Clips channel of the Corey Glick fans Discord. There are a few armpit sniffing abusers, a few skaters who post clips where they do bring their arm up over their face in a thrusting motion after certain tricks, especially after frontside tail slides, which doesn't seem even natural. And are you fucking done?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Can you I mean, do you even want to fucking do this?
This is pro bono work, brother.
Yeah, but this is really important to me and to the viewers and not the viewer. I had it all planned out. I had it all planned out. I took my time. You don't even have your fucking notes. You made some bullshit excuse about your fucking mother-in-law. I don't care, dude. It's like, this is shit that, like, what about my time?
This is important. This is important. I get it. Dude, hey, we're on the same team, same page. Fucking good morning, chat.
Thank you.
Let's lock in.
Thank you. I'm a little, can you just talk for a little bit? I don't know. Do you want, what are you saying?
Sure.
Here, I'll turn up the volume a little bit so you can talk to Jill.
Yeah.
And he's acting like this whole fucking thing was his idea. And that's why I don't like this guy. I'm going to just be honest. That's why I don't fucking like this. And how does this make it into a video part? Like,
this is what I'm saying. At this point, it's just raw. And, like, he's like, fuck this dude. Like, Dylan is the GOAT. And what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, I was so angry, like, literally 30 seconds ago. I was so angry when you sat back down. And I felt like I'd been disrespected, and my listenership, my international listenership, has been shout out Russia for listening. By the way, I see your numbers. Shout out Russia. And I felt like we were being disrespected, but then just watching Gifted Hater again, and that was crazy. That was fucking nuts. But watching Gifted Hater,
dude, I think that's the hardest part with Burl is. Every once in a while, he does a trick that's just so fucking sick, and you're like, dude, like. You're getting in the way of me hating you.
That was insane. I mean, that was like...
Oh, my God. Okay.
Pure... That was crazy, yeah. I had the same situation, too, when the first time I saw Dylan Reeder skating in person was, like, he ollied over this... he was trying to ollie over this, like, barrier. It was probably 2012, maybe. And there was, like, a police barrier in New York at this little, like... not Tompkins, but there was another one called 12th and A. So we were skating... I was skating 12th...
For the people that are only listening, right, because you don't watch this, he's talking about this big orange, like it's like a jersey barrier, but usually it's made of plastic, and they're fucking littered all over the place. No, this was a wood one. Okay,
so it's like,
so we're talking about wood.
It's wood. It was like a big sawhorse, but it was like the big orange ones. I don't know. It's pretty tall. It's tall. It's like, it's not nipple high, but it's like rib cage height, you know? Like probably
for like your average like 5'7" guy, rib cage.
Like,
how tall are you? You're like 6'4", right? You're pretty tall.
6'5". So it's
6'5",
like yeah. But I saw him. He was trying to ollie over that thing, and I was like, I mean, I never at that point. I mean, it's fucking. I've been skating for like well over 20 years at the point, and I don't think I'd ever really seen anyone do a ollie that big in person, other than like Louis Tolino, I forget what his name is. You know Louis? You know that dude? You ever heard of him?
No, but all I can imagine is like trying to hate. Like, fuck, it'd be way cooler if he did his Twitch.
No, he let me film. I ended up just filming it because I was like, dude, I gotta film that. And he was like, so I still have the clip somewhere on my hard drive. I'll have my interns pull it up and
that's it.
Share it on YouTube. But yeah, like I immediately wanted to hate this dude when he showed up to the spot. I was like, who the fuck is this fucking California pretty boy? And it was like,
100%.
Like, you don't. Oh, that's Dylan Reeder. I'm like, oh my God, or not Dylan. That's Austin Gillette. And I was like, oh fuck, that's one of those guys. That's one of those California kids with the fake names. Because there was, have you heard this rumor?
Yeah, it's a stage name.
It's like,
not real. None of this is real.
Like, dude. Who are these kids? Like, shout out Bobby Pulio for this concept, though. But he was once in an interview complaining about like all of these new Groms coming up with these fake names that sound like they came out of the J. Crew calendar. He's like Austin Gillette and Dylan Ryder. Like, these aren't even real names. Like, these are like their mom.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, like, these are just Southern California like yuppies, like, you know, trying to be all bohemian and cool and come up with cool names for their, you know, incredibly
future child actors.
Yeah. You know, a lot. I mean, yeah. So when I saw him, I immediately hated him. I'm like, fuck this guy, you know, and I wanted to just like haze him, and then I was immediately like, nah, dude, this dude rips.
Oh no, bro.
Like,
bro killed it.
I'm kind of a fan forever just off of watching that. Yeah, and Elijah, this is pretty funny.
Dude, nothing makes me hate Dylan more though than Mark Oblo. Like, I was always a big fan of Dylan and like seeing his clips, but like I get it. He knew the guy and he's grieving, but like anytime he pops up on my feed, it's always like, it's been 6 years. I miss you so much.
Yeah, Mark Albo sucks.
Yeah, dude. Quicksilver.
No, I think he works.
Legacy.
I think he works for like Ruka. Mark Albo.
Ruka.
Mark Albo's
They're all the same. Billabong. Fucking. It's all the same shit.
Mark Albo's the guy that on he had a 9 Club interview and he started telling.
Shout out Gator.
Yeah,
dude,
he talked
was
about that Gator, and the woman that he killed and chopped up and buried in the fucking desert. Well, they were just having rough sex, and that just went a little bit too far, and that she was like basically like saying that like she was
allegedly. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it was fucked up, dude. And then he made this really fucking cringy like Instagram crying at the camera apology. Did you see that?
Yeah, dude, I love a good fucking apology. Dude.
I mean,
it's my favorite.
Was that a good one? I've only seen one apology like that.
The only good apologies are bad apologies. Okay. Like it has to be this forced, like, yeah, dude, classic.
That was crazy.
That was a great moment in skateboarding.
That was crazy. When I watched that guy's apology, I was like, I mean, I'm sorry to the family of Jessica. That they had to deal with that whole bullshit getting dragged back out into the fucking public sphere. But Mark Ablo, fuck that dude.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for subscribing to the page.
Also, I don't like his art at all. His little spray paint fucking cat.
Yeah, I'm sure it's some really cool.
And we'll get that cracking.
Trendy as fuck, dude. I should get a tattoo of his cat. That'd be sick.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Well, that was it, right? So we got to the end there. Let's listen to his little sign out. I think our listeners will appreciate that since we've been talking over his beautiful voice that we were so interested in hearing. Let's just have a moment of silence for the listeners while we listen to the sign out, and then we'll do our shout outs and be over with it.
I may have left out a few things. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I've got the majority of it covered. And this is just an explanation of my feelings about Elijah Burrell, which is that, I think he's one fake-ass bitch. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for subscribing to the Patreon. I really appreciate it. And, let me know in the comments what video you would...
I'm sorry, I got a lot to say right now.
Rip it, dude.
So this was, at this time, the Gifted Hater was... a much different person because he would have certainly finished that word that he kind of glossed over softly at the end there. 2025 during the Trump administration, we have a new Joa Field on the mic, and he will gladly use a lot of words that I think he was more sensitive about in 2021. At least something I've noticed. I've noticed in the last few uploads that like some of the words and the way he's talking about women in general, he's a little bit. He doesn't go so soft, and maybe we'll get to the bottom of why that's happening because there are some conspiracies I'm hearing from some of my some of the future guests I have lined up. There's a lot of conspiracies going around about the Gifted Hater's love life. And how that influences his certain behavior and relationship situations. And as somebody who has, been in a long-term relationship with my partner, I definitely will say that, like, that does affect how I think and talk about women. So maybe the single life, the bachelor life, is part of... these changes in the Gifted Haters vernacular in the recent years.
The mood swings. Dude. Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Tune in
to find out. All right. Thank you very much, Diff. Do you want to do any shout outs?
Dude, hell yeah. Shout out to IRS. Fucking shout out Fort Lauderdale's local government. Fucking not filling the pothole right by my house. Fucking shout out SIGs. Shout out Push Planks.
Oh, Push. Welcome back to the Discord, Push. Welcome back to the Discord, Push.
And then I paused in between. So if you want to cut any of those, feel free. So if you didn't hear me mention your name, it's because the editor took you out.
This is completely unedited. So I'm actually, is it unedited? Maybe. I don't know. I'll let the listener decide. And I'm going to give one big shout out to my man, Sammy Baked and Winged, who are coming up on the next few episodes. So
Dude, hell yeah.
stay tuned for those uploads. But thank you very much, Different Name.
Oh, dude, and shout out Nomids, dude.
Yeah, shout out Nomids for sure. Yeah, shout out to Nomids. Also, if you haven't seen on the YouTube channel, there is a clip of the month montage that's up that does not feature any clips from Different Name, but maybe after the next clip of the month, we'll do another montage from the Discord. So enjoy that, everybody. And this one is about to be put in the books. Thank you. All right, Diff.